Good Monday makers, and welcome back to another episode of Maker Pipe Monday. This is our weekly build showcase series where we round up projects from the community. Today we're looking at a tomato trellis, art storage, boat railing, a batting cage, and a solar panel stand. So there's some great projects and some really cool techniques and hacks involved. Let's check them out. First up is this trellis made by Tom. And he said it's planning to hold 250 pounds of tomatoes, starting 12 plants. So he did the same thing last year with 3/4 inch PVC and it turned into a pretzel. This year with conduit and maker pipe, he's hopeful. Let's check it out. So you can see he's got some garden boxes here. Those are actually interesting. I don't know if I've ever seen garden boxes like that before. They're really cool. They're on casters, so you can roll them around. That's really interesting. But the trellis looks like there's a framework that sits. There's a pipe or pipes along the ground, probably making the base, and then ran verticals up to a similar rung around the top, using 90-degree connectors in the corner. And there's a lot of T connectors to brace. See a 180 there in the middle for bracing. Looks like 3, 5, 8 verticals, I think, total. And then just a few pipes at the top to kind of add that brace up top. And the tomatoes will be able to climb all the way up these verticals and grab onto the top even. That's really cool. Great build. We're hopeful too. Definitely follow up and let us know. We have a lot of people that post gardening builds. We almost never really see the follow-up. We never really see a lot of plants growing on them. So definitely follow up. Let us know how it goes. And good luck with your tomatoes. 250 pounds of tomatoes is a lot. So but good luck to you. Thanks for posting this build. We love seeing it. Next up is a project from Ben, and this is his boat railing project. Has a nice boat, likes to take out and go fishing, and he wanted to add some lights and just some railing to the front of it. And you can see he did that with EMT conduit, incorporated some nice bins, and really these kind of the main railing that goes along the sides up to the front is this one continuous piece of conduit. And the front here, you can see it attaches to the boat with a one of the new flanges. The EMT conduit, the rigid flange. Here you can kind of see behind the wood there. And then along the hull of the boat, you can see that there's verticals going up and attaching T connectors to the boat with more flanges. It looks like there's 5 on each side if you include the one on the front. And I guess this one on the back here too is also bent down into a flange. So this is one continuous piece. Starts at this flange, goes all the way up to the front flange. Then there's 3 verticals attached to the boat with 3 more flanges here. So it looks like 5 total flanges and I think 3 T connectors per side, and the whole thing's mirrored to that side. And then to actually mount the lights is a really neat trick. So these are conduit hangers that you can find, locally off the shelf at Lowe's or Home Depot. Normally those are used to attach conduit to like a wall or something whenever they're doing electrical work in commercial buildings. And he's actually using those, and then there's just a bolt running through the light into that hanger and just secured that way all the way around. He's got all the cables and the cords managed really well. They're just running along the pipe, and I think they're zip tied there. Looks really nice. It's a really clean setup and a really great project. Thanks so much, Ben, for sharing that through email. Really appreciate it. Next up is art storage from Mark, and this is a great project. I think we saw some art shelves that he made once before, and it looks like he did something similar again. So you can see there's 4 90-degree connectors in the corners, and then I think you just add 4 90s to make that square, then go down a few feet, do the same thing again, then go down a few feet, do the same thing again. And he's using some of the wire shelves that you can get locally off the shelf. That's another great material you can find, locally. And it's actually the conduit is running through the wire shelf in the corners. That's another way to secure it nicely. And those are underrated. I mean, you can get those they're not that expensive, but they're a great material, especially for something like this. And those are just secured through the pipe, and maybe I think I see some zip ties or something there holding them on. But I think also this paracord here that's being pulled tight is being used to kind of separate the paintings in between, as you can see here. And I think those are wrapped around the wire shelves a few times. So all in all, really great build. Looks like it's storing a lot of paintings. That's really great. Thanks so much, Mark, for sharing that. A lot of great techniques incorporated in this, and looks like it's working well for you. Next up is a build from Jim, and this is a solar panel stand that posted recently or sent through email, and we posted it for him. And he's using the adjustable angle flanges to actually achieve a swivel stand for this solar panel. So, as the sun moves, you want the solar panel to be able to be adjusted. And we've even seen some electronic tracking solar panels. This one's made to be manual, and he did that using adjustable angle connectors and the adjustable angle flanges. And it looks like there's one pipe that goes in the center here, and I think it looks like that's 1/2 inch EMT maybe, and then I think there's 3/4 inch EMT on the outside of it, and then it swivels. The 3/4 inch is just swiveling over top of that 1/2 inch EMT. I'm pretty sure, because I think I can see some shims in the flanges. And that would mean that that's half inch, and then I think 3/4 inches kind of sleeved over top of it so that it's able to rotate. But that's a really great project. Love seeing that, Jim. A really great technique and a really cool way to do that. And it looks great there. It is kind of finished, and then you can easily just rotate to the other side as the sun moves. And that's a great way to kind of maximize the light and make great use of the light that you have. So that's awesome. Thanks so much, Jim, for sharing that. Love seeing it. Next up is a project from John, and this is a 10-foot by 10-foot by 35-foot batting cage that he built for his son. And we'll kind of look at some of the construction here. You can see there's a pipe running, I believe there's a pipe running all along the ground here, or maybe every other section there's a pipe on the ground. I'm not entirely sure. I can't really tell. But I think there's a pipe running all the way along the ground. And then these kind of go up, and there's verticals that go up and kind of repeats the same structure at the top. And then there's a lot of bracing. I see some 90-degree connectors. I see some 180s here. T connectors. There's some 45-degree bracing on this side and mirrored kind of on the other side, and a lot of great techniques in here for bracing. And yep, now we can see that pipe going all the way. Actually, no, that's just the way. It's like the perfect angle when you're looking at this. It looks like it's running across, or that's the pipe running across the ground, but can't tell. I think underneath this wood or whatever that sheet is there, I think there's a pipe going all the way along the bottom, and then there's just T connectors sending verticals up, and then those are braced throughout with T connectors and 45s and 180s. And then he just added some netting to the framework. I can't really see how they're attached. I would imagine some zip ties or something like that. I mean, it's really inexpensive way to go, an easy way to secure things. And it looks like there's some pool noodles or some foam wrapped around all the pipes just to add some extra safety features, which is really great. This reminds me a lot of Mickey's batting cage, which is really cool to see. Another one here, and he said his son loves it. He hits in here daily and has probably taken upwards of 1,500 pitches since completion. So that's awesome. Glad to hear it's working out great, and a really easy way to get some batting practice in a neighborhood. So that's really awesome. Thanks so much, John, for sharing that. And thanks everybody for posting your builds. We love seeing them. We love doing these episodes. So keep on posting them, and we'll keep doing them. Thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.